Hello, Sussex squads and trolls. It's another day, another update for you. So today we want to look at this bizarre report on Business Times about Kate. Whew. It's giving me flashbacks, really. And we also want to look at King Charles somehow pedaling behind Meghan. Let's get into it today. And of course, you've got beautiful comments on X as well as TikTok I'm hoping to share with you today. Hello, Sussex squads and trolls. It's another day, another update for you. So today we want to look at this bizarre report on Business Times about Kate. Whew. It's giving me flashbacks, really. And we also want to look at King Charles somehow pedaling behind Meghan. Let's get into it today. And of course, all right, you guys, first story first. So, Meghan, which is so obvious, right? It's so obvious, this LA, California girl, she likes her wine. Her blog was named after a wine, the Tig. It seems obvious that she would want to have some sort of wine collection with her brand as ever. And this week we find out that is the case, that she is going to offer wine, rosé, with her brand. And there's a report in People magazine today that talks about the date that she is set to release this wine is very close to Princess Diana. And if you watch my shorts, you'll get all the juicy detail there as well. So yeah, so it makes sense that she would want to introduce wine into her collection. So we're not surprised by that. It's actually a savvy business move to do it. But what is very bizarre is the fact that Highgrove, I think today or this morning, they literally posted, you can see for yourself, I'll put a screenshot there. They literally posted a message advertising their rosé wine, their wine from Highgrove Gardens. I was like, they keep telling us that Meghan is irrelevant to that family, but they do seem to be copying every single thing she does, right? From getting a Netflix deal to now promoting a wine that, because she's now going to be selling wine. And let's not forget of the jam. The jam that they found themselves in a few months ago when Meghan was sending out jams to her friends and family. So for a group of people that doesn't really pay attention to Meghan because they think she is irrelevant, they are definitely doing a lot of copying her every move. And it's almost like they realize the power of her brand as a person, her name, and the fact that people listen. So they kind of like, oh wait, everybody's so excited about this Meghan, wine. Let's now advertise our wine as well, so we can peddle off her incredible press that she is getting. So they're basically taking advantage of that and benefiting from all that press. Yet they like the idea of leaking to the British media about how irrelevant Meghan is, how irrelevant she is to them, how they don't pay attention to her, which is a whole lot of crap. We know better because we've seen better, right? So That's what's happening. And let's take a look at the Netflix deal. I mean, Prince Charles could have chosen anyone. I'm sure there's a lot of other people, white people, black, brown, who have been the recipient of the trust of Charles' trust, but he chooses to do his Netflix documentary with Idris Elba. Like, obviously a big name is important to drive the traffic, because otherwise nobody would care what Charles is doing or what he's talking about, because everything else is done, nobody cares. Like, nobody listens to it, right? And so it makes sense that he would use somebody with a big name, and no other than Idris Elba, who is known to be close friends with Meghan. Well, I wouldn't say close friends, but he was at the wedding, or he was a DJ at the wedding. So let me just not tell lies. I know nothing about here. And again, it's like choosing a person of color to do it. It's another publicity stunt as well. And the fact that Meghan went through hell. I mean, the British press, I'm going to try to post some of the British press reporting on her Netflix deal. Oh, it was just like, this is what she always wanted, the Hollywood's actress, and she finally getting what she want, or the Netflix deal is a flop. Nobody wants to listen to her. Nobody wants to watch what she's got to sell on Netflix. She went through hell. They gave her a lot of crap for that deal. And it's so surprising. Well, it's not surprising, but the hypocrisy of now Charles getting, doing something on Netflix. I doubt his deal is as big as Meghan's. But the fact that the way the British press are reporting on Charles' deal is insane. I think first they had like something like $80 billion deal that Meghan, I'm like, okay, come on. Okay, if you're going to exaggerate, like, at least be close to factually correct as you possibly can, because there's no way Netflix is giving out a $80 billion deal, not a billion, let alone 80 billion. And I think they like immediately corrected the headline. It was because it was like, okay, this is ridiculous, right? It's like so stupid. But they glorify Charles for having that deal, and yet they crucify Meghan for the same thing. And now with Meghan's wine coming out, it's almost like Charles or the palace. I don't think Charles is sitting around going like, let's go, let's post this, let's post that, right? Because Meghan's doing this. I don't think he's doing that. But the people at the palace, they kept on saying that how irrelevant Meghan is through the media, but yet they're copying pretty much everything she does. And they're trying to sell their jam because Meghan's jam went viral. And now her wine is being talked about within all major papers and TV. So Highgrove Gardens are now promoting their wine. It's like, oh wait, don't forget about us. We've got wine too. Like, it's so pathetic in a way. Like, anyway, but that's what's happening. The next story, hold on to your pens. Hold on to your pens. The next story I've got for you, it's a bit bizarre. Okay, so do you guys remember all the buzzwords that the media are now using to describe Kate, right? So first it was, she is recalibrating her life-work balance. She doesn't show up for events. She is still finding her balance, right? The forensic scrutiny of the public eye on her, it has taken a toll. And I just saw this on in Business Time online, where it says Buckingham Palace drafted in operational release in the event of her passing. Like, I was like, what are you doing? Like, what are you talking about? I was like, oh God, do not Diana her. Like, yeah, Kate's got her flaws. She's a mean girl. But we don't know what's going on behind closed door. Well, we kind of have an idea. Like anybody married to Eggplant, it is to be expected that their lives, you know, would be a misery. So, but still, like, she's a human being. I'm like, why are you telling all this? Like, why do we need to know there is an operation? I mean, it's obvious, right? Because she is a public figure. But normally that's reserved for like the head of states, a prime minister, the king, or the same way they did for the queen. They had planned her funeral in advance. It's like leaving a will behind, except this one is very detailed, with the person's consent or without their consent, but within the administrative team, the men in gray suit. If something would have happened, how do they release that information to the public? And when do they release that information to the public? What happens next? And so forth. But for Business Times to be reporting of the Buckingham Palace operational draft, and the event something happens to Kate, it's weird. It's so weird. First they're giving us buzzwords. Now we are getting this report. I mean, this was from the 18th of June, so it's been a week or so, but I'm just now seeing it, and I'm just like, I don't know if we need to know this. Like, and I don't know public. And like I say, this was in the Business Times. I'm thinking like, well, the Business Times supposed to be this reputable outlet's source of information. If they're getting this information, obviously, let me just tell you guys this. I did not read the article because I don't want to pay to read the article. I don't want to pay to read the article. I don't want to like compromise my privacy preferences to read the article because it's not a paper that I often read. But I just think even if it's a clickbaity headline, it's a bit weird to be making something like that public, especially now with all these reports about her taking time to finding her work-life balance, recalibrating, it's like, taking a toll on her not showing up to the Royal Ascot, which is probably some of the easiest event to do. You show up in a carriage, you look good, you shook a few hands, and then you sat somewhere and you watched the races. Like, for them to be reporting using that kind of language, and then for Business Time to be reporting on the operational draft in case in the event something happens to her. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if she refused to give Eggplant a divorce. Eggplant would likely want to do whatever it takes. I mean, I don't even want to go there because that's just, I don't want to be that person, right? I don't want to be that person to say this, but like I don't know, she's a woman, she's got her flaws, but still, like, we want to make sure that she is safe, and we want to make sure that she can be there for her children. But we have reference from other members of the family who are female. We've got reference in terms of how they are treated, especially once the men are done with them. The men will do whatever it takes to get rid of them so they can enjoy the new person they want to be with. Like, we have seen this from time and time again, not just with our current head of states, but we've seen that throughout history. So in a way, I feel for her. Don't come for me, Sussex squads. Please do not come for me. But I do feel for her as a woman. You know what I mean? As a human being, I feel for her, and I hope she's safe, and I hope she can stop chasing this power that she may not be able to hold on to, which is being queen, instead choose joy and happiness like her sister-in-law. So I think she should put her safety first, her happiness first, her joy first. But I do feel for her. We don't know, but I imagine she's under a lot of stress, but we don't know what's going on. Yes, Kate is mean as hell. She's mean. She may not be a nice person, but I still want to make sure, I still want her to be safe and well. At least to be safe and well and redeem herself, right? At least learn from her mistakes and redeem herself, get a second chance at life. But if Eggplant doesn't want her, if Eggplant's got other ideas, like he doesn't seem like a nice person enough to just let her have what she wants, and he can't have what he wants. I don't know, maybe he wants someone else to be queen, but we don't know, right? But it's a bit sad and it's a bit weird that they are reporting about this. But you guys, enjoy the clips from X, and also hopefully next time I can read some of the comments that I couldn't read yesterday. But yeah, that's all we have for you for today. Until next time, bye. Guys, you've been amazing. Thank you so much. And again, I'm doing this because you are here every day supporting me. Thank you and thank you. Please come back for the next episode. Until next time, bye.